Welcome aboard the Artful Sailor. My name is Emiliano Marino, and today we are going to be demonstrating the use of what we call Captain Billy's Whizbang Cringle tool. You all remember Captain Billy, right? Well, look it up. It's a really interesting history, but in this case, the term Captain Billy comes from the maker of the Fid that we're going to demonstrate, whose name happens to be Bill, but he's not Captain Billy. So that's the background there, and we're going to carry on by saying that everything that we're going to be talking about today is illustrated and explained and glorified in this book right here. So any questions? In fact, I would recommend you're using this book in teaching yourself how to do this once you get yourself your Captain Billy's Whizbang Cringle tool. Okay, what do I mean by Captain Billy's Whizbang Cringle tool? Well, first of all, historically, the method for inserting a round thimble, this is a round thimble, into a cringle at the edge of a sail. And why would we do that? Well, we'd have to attach sheets or lashings to a sail, and one of the ways to do that is with a cringle. This is one strand of rope that's been laid up in the form that you see here. Now, I'm not going to show you how to do that. That's in the book. But I am going to show you that we've got this cringle. That's a true cringle right there. And in order to protect the cringle from the chafe of sheets or lashings, we can insert a round thimble like this. So one of the ways to do that, and the method typically used traditionally, is with a common fid, like that. And you, in this process, this is described in the book, you take the fid and you, first of all, you have made the cringle to just the right size, and it takes a little bit of practice to know just how big the cringle is supposed to be to begin with, and so that you can stretch it out and then fit it out and then set in the round thimble so that it's good and tight. So having determined that, you take the fid and you drive it in there and you stretch it out, and then quick, whoop, you take the fid out and you take the round thimble and you knock the round thimble into the cringle. If you're lucky, you get it in, and if you're even luckier, it's nice and tight. But many years ago, I had made for me, here we are, a two-part fid. Here's a big one that made it possible, to set the cringle into the round thimble into the cringle without so much guesswork. You still have to lay up the cringle in the proper manner, but with this, you have two parts, and you have the round thimble, see that there, and that goes on there, and then we have this part here, and then we have the cringle, obviously a bigger cringle, more like the one you saw in the intro above, and you drive this down in there, and it slides on over and comes down over the round thimble, nice and tight, really tight, much tighter than you can possibly get it with just a plain fid. I almost said flid. So on we go. I'm going to put this back up where you can see it, and we're going to take out the actual item right here, Captain Billy's Whizbang Cringle tool. Here it is right here. And we have, did I already say this? We have three parts really. The cringle board, that's essential, and we have the driving part, and we have the fid part, and then of course we have the round thimble. Now, as I said before, we have laid up this cringle to just the right size so that everything stretches out properly. Now, what I didn't say before was that it helps quite a bit to lubricate the fid portion of this tool. We've got some tallow right here in this grease horn, and we get this nice and slippery so it'll slide on down. And we have the Cringle board ready, and we have a nice stump or something solid to set this on. And can you see this okay? And I'm going to put this Cringle board right here on the stump, and I'm going to have greased it up and make sure we got the thimble in there, and we set the Cringle right there over the Cringle board. Now I'm going to insert this fid in there. Okay, see how that's in there like that? Then we take this mallet, and this is the delicate operation. Pay attention. Here it goes. We're going to drive this down, and if you see this, you see it's stretching the Cringle out. You see that? And then we go down, and look, we're almost to the point where the round thimble is at the Cringle. We get close enough, and we get that in position. And let's see if we can do this with a whiz bang like that. Looky there, right on in there. Tight as a drum already, and then you can further tighten it by tensioning the strand. That, my friends, is how Captain Billy's Whizbang Cringle tool works, and it's a fine item. And if you're going to be installing a round thimble in the Cringles of a ditty bag or on a sail, this is an excellent tool that will facilitate the process. So, fare thee well, and thank you for joining us at the Artful Sailor.